Hello friends, today we will try to understand the concept of leverage with the help of this video. So the first question which arises is, what is leverage? The dictionary meaning of the word leverage is the exertion of force by means of a lever. As you can see in the picture, this boy is trying to pull this huge stone with the help of a straight rod. This rod is acting as a lever and helping the boy in moving the stone. So in common sense, leverage means use of any tools or equipments or anything to make your work a bit easier. Similarly, in finance, leverage can be defined as any technique that amplifies investors' profits or losses. For any business unit, profit making is the ultimate objective, and in order to maximize the profit, leverage plays a very important role. Leverage is most commonly used to describe the use of borrowed money to magnify profit potential. It also describes the use of fixed assets to achieve the same goal. Leverages may be of different type on the basis of its importance. So if we talk about the fixed cost component or in the cost structure of total cost, then it can be called operating leverage. Similarly, if we talk about the debt part in the debt equity mix or the capital structure of a company, it is called financial leverage. And the third type of leverage is composite or mixed leverage, which is a combination of operating leverage and financial leverage. So in this video we will restrict our discussion only to operating leverage. So what is operating leverage? Operating leverage refers to the percentage of fixed cost that a company has. Stated another way, operating leverage is the ratio of fixed cost to variable cost. If a business firm has more fixed cost as compared to variable cost, then the firm is said to have operating leverage. So what it means? The cost of production for anything is majorly made up of two costs, which is known as fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed cost means that cost which remains constant for certain level of output, whereas variable cost is that cost which changes with the level of output or volume of sales. So talking about fixed cost means all those costs which doesn't depend on the units of products you manufacture. For instance, whenever we manufacture anything, the cost may be the raw material cost, may be the labor cost, or may be the salary and the financial cost or other administrative costs. All those costs which remain fixed whether you do production or not are called fixed cost, whereas variable cost means that cost which changes with the level of output. For instance, suppose you are manufacturing one unit, you will require less material and less labor charges is needed to be paid. If you produce more units, then this cost will increase as the cost of raw material will increase and the labor charges will also increase. So it is variable cost. So when we talk about operating leverage specifically refers to the fixed cost component in the total cost structure of any company. If any company uses more fixed cost as compared to variable cost, then we say that the company is working at operating leverage. And if the fixed cost is more as compared to variable cost, then we can say the company is operating at very high operating leverage. And if the fixed cost is less and variable cost is more, we can say company is operating at low leverage. With the help of this illustration, let us try to understand this thing. Suppose a company wants to produce a product, and as given in the table, say if the company manufactures or produce 1 unit of the product, let the fixed cost be rupees 1000 and the variable cost per unit is rupees 10. So if company manufactures 1 unit of that particular product, the total cost will be 1010 because fixed cost is 1000 rupees and variable cost for 1 unit is rupees 10, so it is 1010. So per unit cost will be rupees 1010 rupees. Now suppose the company increases its production and produces 5 units, then the fixed cost will be 1000 because it is fixed in nature, and the variable cost will definitely change. For 1 unit it is rupees 10, so for 5 units it will be rupees 50, so total cost will be 1050 and the per unit cost will be rupees 210. Similarly, suppose the company manufactures 100 units of that product, so fixed cost will remain fixed at rupees 1000, but the variable cost will increase to rupees 1000 as per unit cost is rupees 10 into 100 units produced. So the total cost will be 2000 and per unit cost will reduce to rupees 20 only. Finally, if the company manufactures 1000 units, then the total cost which the company will incur will be rupees 11,000 here and per unit cost will be rupees 11. So in this case we kept fixed cost at rupees 1000 and the variable cost is changed. Per unit was rupees 10 and it is changed as the unit of output is changed. Now look at the scenario 2. Here what we did, we double the fixed cost and we decrease the variable cost. So in this case, if the company produces 1 unit, then the fixed cost is rupees 2000 whereas variable cost is rupees 5. So the total cost will be rupees 2005 and the per unit cost will be 2005 rupees. Now suppose the company produces 5 units, then variable cost will be rupees 2000 whereas total cost will be rupees 2000 whereas variable cost will be rupees 25. So total cost will be rupees 2025 and per unit cost will be rupees 405 rupees. Suppose this company produces 100 units of that product, so the company will incur a total cost of rupees 2500 because 2000 is fixed and at a rate of rupees 5 per unit, variable cost will be rupees 500. So per unit cost will be rupees 25. Similarly, if the company produces 1000 units, the total cost will be rupees 7000 as you can see in the slide, and the per unit cost will be rupees 7. So comparing these two scenarios, you can see when in the scenario 1 fixed cost is 1000 and variable cost is rupees 10, at a production unit of 1000, company is earning a profit of rupees 11. Company is incurring a cost of rupees 11 per unit, whereas if we double the fixed cost and decrease the variable cost, then the company is earning the company's cost of production is only rupees 7 for the production of 1000 unit. It clearly indicates when fixed cost is more and variable cost is less, company is earning more profit per unit in scenario 2. So it clearly indicates the company operating in scenario 2 is operating at high operating leverage, whereas scenario 1 company is operating at low operating leverage. So how to calculate operating leverage? Before seeing the formula for calculating operating leverage, let us try to understand the marginal cost statement. Marginal cost statements, when sales is when variable cost is deducted from sales, what we get is called contribution. Contribution is nothing but sales minus variable cost. So and when fixed cost is deducted from the contribution, we get operating profit or earning before interest or tax, or it is often called profit before interest or tax. So the simple formula for calculating operating leverage is contribution upon operating profit. So we can say operating leverage is the ratio of contribution upon operating profit. If the operating ratio is high, we can say company is operating at a very high operating leverage, and if the ratio is low, we can say company is operating at a very low leverage. Now what we can interpret from operating leverage? If the operating leverage is high, it means company will earn more profit on sales after it has paid for its fixed cost. However, earnings will be more sensitive to changes in sales volume. As you can see in this case, the company's cost of production for production of 1000 units is rupees 7. The reason behind this is high fixed cost and low variable cost. So here company is earning a very high profit when the sales is more. Now suppose if the sales of the company is less, then company is in danger of earning less profit. As it is clearly indicated in this, earnings will be more sensitive to changes in volume. So if the sales is less, company will not be able to earn profit, and if the sales is more, company will enjoy a supernormal profit. So high operating leverage shows the profitability, more profitability, but with more sensitiveness to change in sales volume. Similarly, low operating leverage indicates company earn profit even at low sales level. So there is no risk when company is operating at low operating leverage, because a low sales level too is not going to panic the company. But the problem is it doesn't earn outsized profit and additional sales. But if the company is operating at low leverage, even though the sales is high, company will not earn outsized or supernormal profits or abnormal profits. So this is the case. So a company always try to remain in between the two extremes of operating leverages, whereby company can earn abnormal profit as well as changes in sales volume doesn't affect it. So this is all about operating leverage. Thank you all for watching this video. Bye.